So I'm here at the Lily Pond. Lily Pond is actually the name of my daughter. I'm out here in Golden Gate State Park, San Francisco. And one of the questions I've been asking myself recently, I kind of want to let you know into my life, is am I too old to start over? Okay, some of you may be laughing. You say, you're a freaking young kid. I'm 30. And I was wondering, you know, I've been going through a pivot. I'm trying to build a multi-billion-dollar organization, right? I'm trying to affect the world. I'm trying to grow something on a completely crazy level. I've been motivated by Elon Musk, and I've been wondering recently, am I too old to start over and move into this whole crazy scene that's the startup world with investors and, you know, venture capitalists and private equity and all this, you know, it's mainly like 22-year-old kids. By the way, how pretty is this? Am I too old to start over? And I have a lot of students who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s. I even have a student that's 90 some years old, wondering, is it too late for me? Is it too late? Is it not possible? Are only young people able to do this? You know, the internet stuff, blogging, vlogging. Is this only an outlet for young people can do, because there's going to be weird little technological gizmos and gadgets and widgets and wonders that only young people are going to be able to do? And if you're asking yourself that, I'm going to cite a couple examples for you. So I don't know if anybody here has ever looked up Sheldon Adelstein. Sheldon Adelstein is an entrepreneur. He's, by the way, look, that is a great blue heron, and you have some cormorants sunning themselves over there. I'm actually a amateur ornithologist, if anybody knows what that is. Won't go into that. Bird watcher. It's one of my hobbies. But Sheldon Adelstein didn't get his big breaks until he was in his 50s and 60s. He was messing around for almost his entire life until he was older. Jeff Bezos didn't really start in his business until he was older. And a lot of the people you now know didn't get their start in business until they were much older. A lot of press is given to the young people, the 22-year-olds that make a ton of money, that are billionaires or multi-billionaires, you know, at 25 years old. By the way, some pretty flowers here. I like this area of Golden Gate State Park. It's nice being in nature. This is where I get my, you know, thinking cap on. But it's not too old. It's not too late. And what you actually have to understand is that you carry with yourself a great wealth of experiences that are highly in demand by people. Our culture, my culture, my American culture is so youth-centric. We are missing out on a lot of the experience, the lessons, the cautiousness, and a lot of the lessons that can be given to us by people who have been more experienced in life, or have taken a different path, or have gone through things that young people haven't gone through. So you're needed to even out things. But if you hold on to the beliefs, if you let the media tell you that you're too old because the magazines are all young girls, the magazines are all young business entrepreneurs, or young pretty girls are in the media, then you're not helping the situation, because you're giving up. You're giving up. One of my best friends, his dad went skydiving, 90 years old. Another one of my good buddies, he's 70 years old. He has a girlfriend who's 35, and he's one of the best damn barefoot water skiers in all of Ohio. Isn't that cool? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying get a girlfriend who's 35, but I'm saying you can do whatever you want. You can be the coolest damn dude ever. It doesn't matter what age you are. What matters is that you have value to give. People will follow an older, more established, more experienced person. Young people are looking for direction. Young people are looking for a more experienced person to give them focus. Many young people will work for free if they're given direction, if they're given vested interest in a business that can possibly make them millions of dollars. If you don't have money and you're older, you can get people to follow you just by the fact that you have the advantage of being older and more experienced. You have a better sense of intuition about business, trends, lives, fads. You've seen it all. I remember both my grandparents fought in World War II. My one grandparent fought the Nazis. My other grandpa fought in the Japanese theater. He was in the Navy. One guy was in the Air Force, one guy was in the Navy. I loved my grandparents. My grandparents were just solid, stoic, model men. You don't see it very much anymore. They were model, stoic, stand-up men. They took care of their families. They took care of their loved ones. They didn't overspend. They were frugal. They saved. They lived a good life, and they sent their kids to college, and they just did, they worked hard. They didn't complain. I mean, both my grandpas, their pain tolerance was through the roof. You couldn't throw them off. And I used to we used to visit them. My one grandpa lived in Indiana. My other grandpa lived in outside of Chicago. And I used to sit and listen to them. We'd go out there, fly out there every year, maybe a couple times a year. And I'd listen to them for hours, tell their stories about the Navy. My grandpa was a boxer in the Navy, and he fought some crazy guys one guy beat him up. He fought a Golden Glove guy he said he stopped boxing after that. Just a lot of stuff. My other grandpa used to tell me about R&R in Cuba. They would send a lot of the people in the armed services over there to Cuba. So my grandpa loved Cuba. He loved Cuban music, he loved Cuban food, he loved Cuba. He really took the culture back with him to his house in his stories in Chicago, which is, very non-Cuban. The point is, these are men who taught me how to live. These are men who taught me how to be a man. And these are men that left a lasting impression on my life and how I take care of my family in ways that I could never get by simply watching Justin Bieber in concert or listening to a lecture of Evan Spiegel about how he built his billion-dollar empire, Snapchat. It's important to have older people in organizations, and if you don't have the technical skills, you can bring people on who do. You can bring them on for free. They want to follow you. They want the direction. You are the manager. You are the boss man or the boss woman, whatever that is. It's important, and don't bring yourself down because the media shows, again, all the young guys, the young pretty girls that are making all the success. You are feeding into that system. You are part of the problem if you are giving up because you think that you are too old. If you listen to the media, to the whatever, you are too old to start anew. You are too old to start a business. You are too old to change your life and to be successful. Then you're feeding into it. And keep in mind, I'm not going into the part that likely if you are 60 years old and you are not a multimillionaire yet, keep in mind, the chances are you're not gonna be, right? The chances are you're not gonna be. And it's not because you aren't trying, it's likely because your thought pattern is wrong, you approach problems wrong, you jump around, you let life control your circumstances, you don't like money, you self-sabotage in some ways, you know, there could be a myriad of reasons. But the point I'm trying to make, and you gotta get over your own demons if you're going to be successful. But what I'm trying to bring across in this video is that it's possible. You've just got to do it. By the way, we came across a really cool area. Looks like the California Academy of Sciences is right there. Got some cool palm trees. We got a cool little amphitheater over here. And we have some neat little buildings over here. I love running because running is it feeds my curiosity. It's a great way to see cities, and you always come across new stuff. I love it. It's an adventure. Every run is an adventure, and I dig it, man. I dig it. I dig it. So dig life. Dig life. Don't let the media bring you down and say you're too old. Just do it. I'll see you guys. Like this video. As always, I love you guys. I just want you to like me. See you guys. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. And if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, make sure you like, you subscribe, hit that notification bell, or comment. And if you'd like to actually learn how it is I run my internet business and make piles of money like this, make sure you click the link below in the description or in the first comment, and I will show you. Peace.